from humble beginnings to learning from your failures to becoming a great success. What is your success story? Chip Baker, The Success Chronicles. What's your definition of success? Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another episode of the Success Chronicles, and today we have Carl Lewis with us.
In the house.
In the house. And we're here at U of H. We're going to talk a little bit about success today. What's your definition of success?
Really, my thing is trying to strive for perfection. When I came to U of H many years ago, the first thing I told Coach Tellez was I want to jump 29 feet, which was the world record. I was 18 years old. And so from the day I got here, I was looking for the perfect jump all the time, or the perfect race. And when I was sprinting, a couple of years I ran indoors, and I said, gosh, everyone said you're too tall to sprint. So I asked Coach, can I learn how to run a fast 6? He goes, yes. And so the next year I worked on that and set the world record. So it's always about being the absolute best I can be all the time.
All right. What do you think it takes to achieve success?
Well, the biggest thing is dedication, sacrifice, surrounding yourself with people that understand it, and also taking responsibility. You see, the one thing that I admire the most about my career, I would say, is that Coach Tellez and I were together. I had one coach, one club, one university, and I trained at one place for 18 years.
Consistency.
Yeah, and I never got into an argument with Coach Tellez.
Right.
We go back and forth, and sometimes he got mad at me. But whenever something went wrong, it was always my fault. And to him, it was always his fault. So we argued over taking the blame instead of dishing the blame. And I think so young people, especially now when we're raising them in this era of giving them things, giving them trophies, they realize, well, it must be someone else's fault. Well, if you start with it always being your fault, then you're always going to have a better career, you have better choice, you're going to make better things.
There it is. So if there's somebody, young kid watching today that wants to grow up and be in his shoes and be like Carl Lewis, what's a couple of things you could tell them they need to make sure that they do to achieve the success that, well, I don't know if anybody can do that.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope I'm coaching them one day.
To achieve the success that you've achieved.
Well, I think the biggest thing is that when I look back, when I was in high school, I didn't smoke, I didn't drink, I didn't party, I was kind of a nerd. I wasn't the greatest athlete growing up. I was a late bloomer, but I kept working at it. Even when I wasn't winning, I was working at my craft. And because I was a short kid, a very late bloomer. So when I was a small kid, I had the best technique getting eighth. But then when my body started to grow, that technique came. So sacrifice is a big thing. They used to always talk about me, oh, he's such a nerd, he never goes out, he doesn't hang out, he misses all the parties. And like after graduation, I was going to track meet the next day. I went to my prom 2 hours late. I didn't go on the senior class trip, none of that. But that was a choice I made. But guess what? I give all the parties, I travel around the world, I do what I want to do in my 50s. So there's a time in your life when you have to make a sacrifice. And so I made that sacrifice really probably from my 10th grade until I finished college here at the university. And then a few years into my professional career, I made that sacrifice. But guess what? I realize now you're going to be old a lot longer than you're going to be young. So I want to tell all of you, you're going to be young for 20 years, 25 years or so. But man, if you live normal, you're going to be old 60, 70 years. So
yeah,
focus on the time that you really want to enjoy. I'm having the time of my life coaching these guys now, having the new perfect method, still traveling. I've got a grandbaby. I'm having time because I did the work back then.
you
So
made the
young
sacrifices
people,
then.
you got to sacrifice. You can't make it about yourself. You have to look outside of yourself, try to be the best you can be, realize you can't have everything now so that you can have it later.
Well, thank you so much for taking your time for the Success Chronicles, and we thank you guys for watching this episode. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
God bless.
You got it.